What's going on YouTube? Wild Lion Games here. I've been playing College Football 25 all week and weekend, and while Road to Glory feels a bit lifeless and Dynasty mode is riddled with bugs, I find the gameplay incredibly fun. The schools have their own unique feel to them with their different playbooks, and I think it makes for play now and online always to be a fresh experience. If you're on the fence about the game, go check out my review. If you have seen my review, this video is about highlighting some of the strong points in College Football 25, and I'll have another video here in a few days with a few reasons of why what College Football 25 got wrong. So stay tuned for that as well. But first, let's get into 4 reasons why College Football 25 is a great football strategy game. Number 1, line protection. Hold the left trigger on your controller and push the right stick to the left. It's going to bring up your blocking assignment on a given play. I like to check this out early in my pre-snap checks to see if there are any potential mismatches or, if there's like an extra defender that I may not be accounting for. I find it useful personally in the run game as it can point out, who's blocking and also potential extra hats in the box that may be unblocked, and I can potentially audible out of the run and call something entirely different or flip the play. And also in certain situations, like you can see here where I'm double teaming this guard and it's leaving that linebacker open, but I also know by viewing this that that linebacker is going to get picked up. So I can not hold turbo, don't hold the right trigger, be patient behind the line of scrimmage and let the blocking develop, stay behind my offensive line, knowing that that linebacker is going to get picked up after the center chips out and helps with the guard. You can also make protection audibles out of this in Pass Pro with either full slide or half slide in a given direction. Don't overuse it or use it if you're not sure exactly what you're doing, because it can hurt you. And pay attention to what happens to the blocking schemes afterwards. So for example, in this play, if I full slide to the right, my running back now has to cross my face and go pick up the defensive end, which is not ideal, puts us in a bad position, and also kind of interrupts my throwing lane if I want to hit that deep crossing route. But maybe, since I know I want to hit that deep crosser, I need a little bit of extra help from my backside, from the left, and open up a nice throwing lane to the right. So full slide to the left, now I have a cleaner pocket to step up and throw for that deep cross with room to move outside. Plus, since my running back is supposed to be picking up an extra blitzer on that side, I also have a little bit of extra protection help there. I highly suggest checking out Kurt. It's a YouTube channel. If you want to know more about this, he was going to be able to break it down way much better than I can, and he can also just provide general tips and insights of reading coverages and all that stuff, so go check out his channel. For number 2, we will stay on offense, and that is custom stems on routes. When giving hot routes to the receivers, you not only now have 4 extra hot route options this year, but you also now have the ability to change the depth of a route. I love this feature because oftentimes on out routes and hooks, I'll notice a situation where the defender's playing off and I want to get that ball out sooner than what the route allows. So now my 7-yard out can turn into a speed out, or that 12 to 10 yard hook can now be 7 to 5. If I'm in a 3rd and long situation and I need my curl route or comeback to be extended, I can apply that too. In the past, we've had smart route options, but oftentimes they just don't logically make sense and they don't keep the same play concept, nor do they actually put you in a situation to gain the first down, and a lot of times they don't even keep the same route. Custom stems, I think, is an underrated tool that I love to use, even on double move routes, again with like an off defender, shortening my double move to try and get that defender to bite down sooner before he takes off, or adjusting the depth of a dig route to get over top of linebackers a bit easier. Have you used custom stems yet in the game, and have you found any success doing so? Let me know in the comments. For reason number 3, this is a good strategy game. We're going to flip the side over to defense and talk a little bit about shell coverages. This is the first time I've seen it in a video game where you can disguise your coverages to keep the defense on its toes, come out and cover one man, show cover 3 to make the QB think he's looking at something different, or completely throw him off and use cover 2 but disguise it like it's cover 3 like this. I mean, imagine if you line up against someone online and they disguise it quick enough, you're going to think you've got deep route open, attacking a cover 3 look, putting pressure on that single high safety, but instead you have a cover 2 Tampa and you won't know until the ball's already snapped. You can also then press your DBs to exaggerate the look to be maybe more like a man cover with a single high safety, and then all of a sudden everybody's dropping back into a cover 2 zone. Cover 2 is an excellent coverage to use in general as it takes away quick throws with its curl flat zone. So if you notice you're getting beat a lot on short routes and quick quick pass plays and you've been running a cover 3, maybe try switching over to cover 2. But then when you do it, disguise it as cover 3 to keep the QB thinking that he's going to have those short route zones open, but you've actually already made the adjustment to cover 2. And I think these types of scenarios of this like chess game that starts to open up in football, and now bringing that to the virtual gridiron with, you know, shell coverages, I think is like a really cool feature, and I'm happy to see that implemented in the game. And the last one that makes this a great strategy game is actually something that's off the field, and that is the coached skill tree. I mean, this is like a RPG element, you know, in a football video game. You know, NCAA 14 introduced the skill tree to us, but now it's been expanded and fleshed out and allows for a lot more personalization for the type of coach you want to be. You know, being a recruiting style of coach is going to load you up with recruiting benefits, such as spending less time to scout a certain position, increase your weekly recruiting hours, all the way to your school grades, creating a larger impact for pursuing recruits, while choosing the motivator route is going to grant you bonuses for getting players drafted to the NFL, players staying hot during timeouts, off-season training boosts for different positions, and even boost the toughness and stamina. Then you can even unlock and level up other branches like talent developer or architect. There's no one way to be a successful coach, and you can't unlock all of them and be a jack of all trades. But that's where your coordinators come in. So while you may be focusing on being a motivator, you can have an offensive coordinator who's a scheme guru to help you receive those perks from that skill tree, and you can go all in. To me, this reminds me of playing like a classic RPG or Skyrim, and you can sell out on a few paths, you know, be that silent archer type or the brute force two-handed weapon master. And if you're into it, it allows for multiple types of playthroughs to be at different types of coach. You know, you can see how you enjoy being a motivator in one playthrough, finish out your dynasty, and then go through it again as like an X's and O's guy. All in all, the gaming community seems pretty split on whether this game is worth it or not. I think ultimately it comes down to what your personal preferences are. You know, if you're a play now online head-to-head guy, I think this game is going to be worth it. The on-the-field gameplay is the best it's been in an EA title in a very long time. Defense, on the other hand, I'll admit, it's extremely annoying to play. It always feels like the CPU knows exactly what play you've called on every single down, and while there's a ton of AI logic issues that definitely need to be addressed, if you want a football game that you can play and have some control over the chess match aspect and that on-the-field customization, I think College Football 25 is worth it. I have another video coming out soon that's very similar, that's about what EA got wrong in the game, so be sure to check that out later this week. Thanks again for watching. I hope you found this video informative and helpful, maybe halfway entertaining. And until next time, peace.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And he's gonna score on the interception.